E3 2021 has come and gone. It was the hypest of times.
This October.
Okay.
Nintendo 1, E3,
Okay.
Nintendo 1, E3.
Okay. And it was the cringiest of times.
It's our battle for the best custom PC.
But overall, we're pumped because co-op was a central theme throughout several shows. So we're here as the Co-op Bros to help show you some of the standout co-op games coming in the next year. Now these are our personal picks, so we might miss a few. If we miss a standout, mention it in the comments below. Let's get into it. Redfall is low on our list just because we're trying to emphasize games that showed off actual gameplay so we could see what the co-op mechanics were. But we're going to trust that this is going to be a very solid experience because of the developer's history. The Dishonored games are widely considered to be an overlooked gem. There was a ton of personality shown off, interesting weapons and abilities, and of course 4-player co-op. And vampires. A lot of vampires. As you'll see from this list, everyone is trying to be Left 4 Dead these days, and we're okay with that. Look forward to Redfall next summer 2022, exclusively to Xbox Series X and S and PC. Redfall will also be on Xbox Game Pass day one.
So Tribes of Midgard is an indie game I've been keeping a close eye on. It's chock full of amazing mechanics that could very well propel it forward on this list if it lands to launch. In the survival co-op game, you and up to 9 friends, yes, 9 of them, build a village together and defend it against various threats in a procedurally generated world. As they say, it takes a village. There's a ton of RPG elements like classes, creating your own Viking, loot, and crafting. The real star of this game though are the Jotun giants that invade your village every so often. This is pretty much Attack on Titan meets Norse mythology, and we're so here for it. Tribes of Midgard is coming exclusively to PS5 on July 27th. Evil Dead the Game is the latest title to innovate on the whole asymmetrical co-op genre. Games like Evolve, Friday the 13th, and Dead by Daylight. These games where you and your friends team up against one player who typically has more power. I love horror. I love forcing my friends to play horror, so this game seems very up my alley. Not only are you playing as iconic characters across the Evil Dead universe, but honestly, this game looks a lot more polished than its counterparts. Switching between guns and melee looks super fluid, and each character seems to have its own unique arsenal. The combat is also full of schlocky zombie gore, which I love. What more can you ask for? Evil Dead the Game is coming to every platform but Stadia. RAP Stadia.
I've always said that if I were to make my own game, it would be 2D Dark Souls. Well, I'm kinda late to the party, because SKA Studios has already produced a solid entry in Salt and Sanctuary. It is gracing us with a sequel, Salt and Sacrifice. The great news is that this sequel is set to expand the co-op mechanics, which you know means that we're gonna have to cover it. I love the look of the combat and the gritty art style it's going for, because I love Dark Souls, so that makes sense, and that means that I'm pretty pumped. Salt and Sacrifice is coming to PS4 and PS5 in 2022. The WarioWare announcement had me hooked from the first few seconds. It's been a minute since Wario was the star of the show, and he always puts on a good time. But then, Wario blew us away with a huge announcement.
I almost forgot some big news. 2 people can play together
cool.
at the same time.
WarioWare in co-op?
So play
It's happening! Oh my word!
There.
Yeah, that was hype. And it's way more involved than we expected. The entire story mode can be played in co-op. Yes, you heard that right. On top of that, each player picks up to 3 characters, and some of those characters are made for co-op. Hello? Who at Nintendo went into my personal co-op diary and stole my ideas? I'm okay with it because this is gonna be awesome. WarioWare Get It Together is coming exclusively to the Switch on September 10th, 2021. Remember how I said everything wants to be Left 4 Dead? Well, we're sticking with that theory with the Anacrusis, except in space with aliens and a sweet 70s aesthetic. The trailer looks like a lot of fun and a lot of wacky mechanics, which is totally groovy, am I right? And of course, given its inspiration, it's a 4-player co-op shooter. Again, we're okay with everything wanting to be Left 4 Dead. Hopefully Anacrusis does enough to stick out in this busy landscape, which it plans to do so with an advanced AI system that will adapt to your skill level and change how the game is played. That means different perks, alien placement, and weapons to find each session. It'll be interesting to see if they stick the landing on this new roguelike mechanic. The Anacrusis is coming exclusively to Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC this fall. It will also be on Xbox Game Pass. Just all the Xbox people.
If you're a fan of Monster Hunter, but you feel bad killing monsters so you capture them instead, yeah, can relate. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin should be more your speed. We'll be honest, we totally wrote this off before E3 even started. But then we learned that the co-op in this game is essentially multiplayer Pokemon like we've always dreamed of. And yeah, that's enough to get us pretty hyped about it. In Wings of Ruin, you hatch monsties. Yeah, monsties, not monsters. And these monsties become part of your party. Then you battle other monsters in turn-based combat where you can swap out weapons, monsters, and even bring NPCs along. Like Monster Hunter games, there's a separate multiplayer mode, except this game has like 3 co-op modes. There's Slain quests, expeditions, and even trial modes, all of which have special monsters and eggs you can't find elsewhere. Time to get our hunting crew back together cause this sounds pretty sweet. Squad up on July 9th as Monster Hunter Stories 2 comes to Nintendo Switch and PC. And there's a demo on June 25th with progress carrying over, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so now we've come to the true Left 4 Dead copycat, Back 4 Blood. Considering Back 4 Blood is a spiritual successor to the iconic zombie game, we know we're in for a real treat. Back 4 Blood looks to change things up with a really cool roguelike system called the Game Director, which will change all sorts of things up between missions. Part of that is also this sweet card system that allows each player to build a deck of bonuses and special abilities. I can already see this being awesome for co-op as you can strategize with your team on which cards and builds to play. At the end of the day though, we love killing zombies, so this is gonna be a day 1 buy easy. Back 4 Blood is out on October 8th, 2021, and you can play it on everything but Switch and Stadia. Sorry, Stadia. If you've watched our next-gen co-op games video, you know we're already super excited for this game. While it was MIA for a bit and had us real worried, Rainbow Six Extraction is back and with a new name. Back to what I said earlier, I love me some spooky games. Extraction looks to bring everything that made Siege a hit, but applied through a 3-person co-op game with an alien horror backdrop. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Like Siege, each player picks an operator that has its own set of skills. The twist here is that if you die in a mission, you lose that operator from your personal roster, and then you need to go back in with your friends to rescue that character. I think that's so freaking cool. We have a couple wave-based zombie games on here, but Extraction looks to be more of a slow tactical experience that really pushes you to work together. So yeah, I think that's deserving of our number 2 slot. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction will be available on September 16th, 2021, and it's available on every platform. Oh my gosh, even Stadia.
I don't even know where to begin with this. Well, let me just say, Miyazaki has already confirmed 4-player co-op, so you can stop worrying about that one just like I was. But he also talked about a lot more, like weapon skills, horse gameplay, and a Pokemon-like aspect. Will we be hunting and capturing and then using Pop-Boy? We can only hope. Plus, Miyazaki has also talked about how he wants to make co-op an easier and more fluid part of the game, which is awesome. Leaving all the speculation behind, we're very excited to explore this world together. At the end of the day, this is another Souls game to cover and we couldn't be happier. Tough combat, deep lore, and incredibly detailed dungeons await us. It's gonna be a good time. The best part is that Elden Ring releases January 22nd, 2022 for everything but Switch and Stadia. Sorry, Stadia. Conveniently, I'm also scheduled to be calling in sick on January 22nd, 2022.
So there you have it, 10 co-op games that have us so hyped after this year's E3. This year's event was a little different, but we're so happy to see a big emphasis on co-op games. We saw a huge variety of co-op games this year. I mean, we got zombies, aliens, giants, vampires, more vampires, magic vampires, and of course, Wario. And so much more. We hope something here gets you as excited as we are. And if not, well, there's no way. We got freaking Elden Ring. Thanks for watching our video. We've had a lot of fun covering E3 this year. Thank you to everyone that's watched, liked, or commented on anything this week. Please share them with your friends. We have one more video coming tomorrow, and we already have some reviews in the pipeline, so be sure to follow us on our socials so you don't miss out. As always, catch you next time on another episode of The Co-op Bros.